Well, hi everybody, Evan here, your proud American over anything, proud Trump supporter, and proud Republican. It is great to be with you. I wanted to respond to the comments that a teacher from a California school made about people in the military. So this has been all over the news today. I first woke up and I put on Fox News and I heard this, and I really thought to myself and thought about for other people who really respect the people in the military. Why would a teacher who is supposed to teach morals and ethics, to not kill, to not steal, to teach things about law and order, or if they're a history teacher, to teach about historic events, or if they're a math teacher, to teach things like this? Instead, whatever class it was, this teacher is not teaching about common values. They're teaching about why the military is bad, and in his view, basically saying that the military, well, they are the lowest of the low, and that they are just dumb, and that they're just, not educated enough. So this is exactly the words that the teacher said. Okay, the teacher's name is Salcedo. He is 49. So in the video, he is describing what he thinks of the military people as not being talented people. It's a recording that a student in the classroom is recording, and they hear, and this is released, and now everybody knows, beginning today, what it is. So he says, quote unquote, "We've got a bunch of dumb blank over there." Salcedo says in the recording, "Think about the people who you know are over there. Your freaking stupid Uncle Louie, or whatever. They're dumb. They're not like high-level thinkers. They're not academic people. They're not intellectual people. They're the freaking lowest of our low." So it makes me think of a recent quote from Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which, by the way, was a great movie. In the movie, Luke says in one of the scenes to the character known as Rey, "Everything in that sentence you said is just wrong." Well, the same applies to this. Everything that this teacher said is completely wrong. We've got a bunch of dumb people over there. Many military men and women go to very, very good schools. And even if they don't go to school, because many people who don't go to school go into the military, they are still, doesn't mean that they're unintelligent people. So this is already an ignorant claim. Ignorant is a bliss. And of course, when you have these cosmopolitan views, which I'll get into, it is expected, but it's really unexpected for anybody to be making comments like this, let alone it being a professor or a teacher. And he says that these, basically talking to the kids, "Oh, this is your stupid Uncle Louie." So if I was a student in this class, right, and it says that it all started because someone was wearing a Marine shirt and he got into a rant, and when he saw the student wearing the Marine shirt, he pointed at them and, basically said, well, they're not really high-level thinkers. What if this is like, your stupid Uncle John or your stupid Aunt Louis. Aunt, Carly. Just random names I'm giving. But basically just putting the idea out there for the students that apparently he's teaching so well that, that basically the military are a bunch of idiots, morons, they're uneducated. So this is a really disgusting and horrible thing to say. This is, once again, a teacher who is supposed to be teaching ethics and morals and the values of life. And I take offense because I want to become a teacher. Now, it seems that a thing that I am against, even though I want to become a history teacher, I'm a little bit against unions. And I'm against the teachers' union, not totally, but somewhat, because throughout this article, it says they're doing investigations, and please, we cannot share what we're doing, but we're working very fastly. Well, not fast enough. This teacher shouldn't be going through an investigation. They're going to investigate, give him a punishment, and not fire him. And I know that one of my favorite conservative commentators in the United States, Sean Hannity, says he doesn't call for firing. Well, I'm calling for this teacher to be fired. Why? This is not a person who should be teaching students, and the idea that they would keep someone here like this. But let's analyze how this is all just really wrong of a kind of description of the military. I won't pretend that I'm a genius in the military, but I've always been taught that the military, they are brave, they're courageous people. My mom and dad always taught me that. Now, both my grandpas on my mom and dad's side both fought in different wars. I think my grandpa on my mom's side fought in the Korean War, and I know that my dad's dad, fought in World War II in the Air Force. But it's really just shows how, like I said before, I would go into the cosmopolitan. It's this kind of thinking that government knows best, globalism without a doubt, it can't be challenged. Anything that you are concerned for yourself, that's wrong. Only be concerned for other people. I am all for being concerned about other people. The media knows what's best for you. The government knows what's best for you, not God and religion. It's bad to be religious. You shouldn't put your faith in religion. The kind of morals and ethics that people should, at least many people in the country feel people should be fighting against, this teacher is advocating for. And it's really, really, it's horrible, irredeemable what this person said. Okay? And there are so many freedoms that the military, that they go out and defend, whether it's the freedom of religion, being able to speak your mind. You could be able to go out in a public place and say, I don't like my government, I don't like these taxes. To be able to have a fair and just jury. To be able to, with no cruel and unusual punishment, that is. To be able to have just to be able to live in a country where you can live your life the way you want to. No one has to be able to force you, right? You could choose to be religious or not. You could choose to be like me, I love it, best religion, in my opinion, Christian, or you could choose to be no religion, atheist. But the military, right, by bashing them, it's basically saying, because this teacher is expressing his freedom of expression, and he's kind of bashing the people who allow him to have it. So it's kind of a hypocritical, like, kind of backward kind of way to say something. It's an ironic, complete, and just irrational idiom. Oh, well, the people who are defending me being able to say these things, I should bash them. And then make a claim like that. And all these liberals who say Trump says all these bad things about individual people who attack him, and Trump is not the one who says things about every general or every military person, right? Did say the thing about John McCain. I didn't love it. I still love Trump all the way. Still will always be an always Trumper. But then these people, like this teacher, are saying things about all of the women and the men who serve in the military of our United States of America. Right? And it's just really horrible. And the cosmopolitan views, it shows the arrogance, and it is really disgusting that these people, they go through these struggles. Would this teacher be able to speak to a mother who their child, and once again, I was never in the military, but I am able to at least understand that they have to go through these struggles of going through caves, not knowing if they're going to make it home to their child the next day, and then their mom doesn't know if they're going to be home the next day, or the next 4 years when they're supposed to be. They have no idea what will be in store for them. They do this to serve their nation under God. And all these kinds of, it was just a really horrible thing to say. And to just categorize all the military, what did the military do to him? And because somebody's wearing a Marine Corps sweatshirt now, we don't know everything. But for whatever reason he said it, it's not going to make it excusable, right? One thing I would agree, I'll be fair, didn't really make it excusable in a way that Trump said the thing about John McCain. Well, the same way, nothing is going to make this excusable, right? Two wrongs don't make a right, right? Oh, someone does something wrong and you do something wrong back, that doesn't make it right. This is just a horrible, and it's a really, it's really just basically a very, it's too vulgar of a characterization and description of a general people. It's too much of a vulgar kind of description. So, these people, would this teacher be able to go talk to somebody in military? Somebody who had a military family member lost. Would he be able to do that? And I think he should. And my words to you, ultimately, Salcido, is that you are not a teacher that should be teaching in this country. Because in this country, we have to show the military respect. And there is nothing that you said that was mature and that was teacher worthy. So you are some kind of so-called teacher to many people, and it is good that this kind of news was exposed. So thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this in this video. God bless you, and God bless America, and as always, make America great again. And thank you to all the people who serve in military.